nothing but illustrious guests today in the building. Who do we have?
Yo, repeat friend of the show, repeat guest, repeat God. Don Cheadle himself is in the building.
That's
y'all,
right.
Know what I'm saying?
We got
virtually.
We got a member of the Showtime gang. You know what I'm saying? Showtime.
You know
we out here. Don Cheadle in the building. Don, how's it going?
What's good? I mean, when you started doing that, I was thinking we really do need a Showtime gang sign.
We do.
Like,
we need a ride. Listen, HBO, we coming for you.
You do the whole gang dance and shit. Throw the HBO on the floor and stop on it. Like...
Don, it's Emmy season, Emmy voting season. Like, we just finished voting. There's a lot of votes we had to do. You know, we had to give Black Monday. We had to give the for your consideration nod. Do you still do all the voting? Do you do all that, all the heavy lifting in the Hollywood stuff, or are you just chilling, sitting back now?
It's hilarious that when you said that, the first thing I thought was, damn, I didn't vote.
That's the thing. I'm talking to all my famous friends and stuff, and I'm like, yo, did you vote? And they're like, oh yeah, I don't really do that. Like, what? I don't even got the login. I'm like,
I kind of spaced it.
Listen.
No, it's wild too because I was having that thought process myself because I was pressed, bro, because the deadline was yesterday, and it was it's 7 p.m. Pacific time. Or 10 p.m. Pacific or something like that. So I started panicking, looking at the time, and I'm telling my wife, I'm like, yo, I gotta make these votes. So I'm in there like best actor and best guest appearance in a short form drama. I'm like, yo, I gotta do this whole shit. I felt like I was doing the SATs all over again.
That's a lot of categories. But no, Black Monday, a lot of good things from the critics about it. We've watched it. It's one of those shows, they call it good shows the critics don't acknowledge. How do you feel about that? That knowing that you're doing a great show and it might not get the recognition it deserves, but the critics are seeing it and the public likes it. What is that? How does that feel?
I think I'm used to it in some ways. You know what I mean? I think we can't go into anything anticipating or expecting there to be some kind of a response. I think you're just supposed to do the things that you think are good and do the work that you think is valuable and hope that it finds an audience. And now that everything lives online forever, things often find audiences years later, and it's still valid. So, it still works. So, yeah, it'd be great if there was more attention for now, especially for, like Regina, who I think is killing it, and Andrew.
Shout out to Regina.
And everybody else. But, it'll find its place.
Okay.
And that's the thing to me. I was like, the cast is so dope. It's like you, Yasir, Regina, Horatio, like, it's such a dope cast, and like everybody there got comedic chops. You know what I mean? Like, so like it all works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hey,
the show's bananas, and like I said, I hope it's. I think we had a similar effect with House of Lies. It took a minute for people to find it and to catch on, but once they did, it was a really devoted following, and in such a crowded space nowadays. I mean, I try to see something to watch on TV. I'm like, I get overwhelmed. Talk about voting. I was like, what is this show? I think I want to watch it. There's 5 minutes of it, and I'm gonna feel really bad if I can't get through it. We're in quarantine.
Listen, we out here trying to watch. Like on the forum, it was like they had options for The Boys, Us Boys, You Boys, like 3 totally different shows. And I'm just like, which one was the Showtime one? Because I gotta make sure to rep the set. But we out here, we see that. Let's talk about your shirt, because your shirt says "Vote. Our future depends on it." Now, everyone knows you're a big actor, but you're also an activist, and you use your Twitter to discuss things with the public. And one of the things lately you've been talking is about voting for Joe Biden and the choice between him and Donald Trump. Can you talk a little about that? Because you see a lot of people like, yo, I'm not voting for this guy. Discuss that, man. Make us
Well, I think I know it's controversial, and I understand the things in his past that he definitely needs to speak to.
Right.
With regards to crime bill, with regards to mandatory minimums, with regards to a lot of these things that he was not an architect of necessarily, but absolutely co-signed on the dotted line for. So he has a lot to speak to, and the sooner that he does that, the better. And the sooner that we get that stuff, out in the open, and he can speak to it and talk about ways that he's going to remedy that in the future, the better. But I just think right now, there's really this is what the process has given us, and this is where we find ourselves. And I just don't think it's third-party candidate time or blank out time, or we've seen
Kanye time. For Yeezy season?
Yeah,
It's not Yeezy season?
yeah, no. It's like this is time to like get this dude out.
Right.
We understand what it's going to be 4 more years, and if it's just 4 more years, I mean, he's cool with invalidating every law that he needs to.
Everything. Yeah.
Every if he can get away with it, he's going to do that. I mean, win or lose, I'm afraid of the last 4 months of his presidency. If he does lose, this is the kind of dude that'll kick over the table. We know that. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I think it's
He already started.
yeah for sure.
Yeah.
So
Like he's like, oh, Roger Stone, you could go, you could go. That's my man. That's my man. Let him. He's good. He's good. Let him out.
I mean, so we already understand what it's going to be. So to me, there really isn't a choice in that regard. It's not about, you know, we cannot. It can't be a purity test. I'm all for really figuring out a better way and a different way and a more representative way to do this and
Right.
blowing the whole system up and starting over. I just don't believe that's going to happen between now and November.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like right now we're in a time crunch. Like we like there's limited options.
Yeah.
Like there's only several. There's only one way to pivot, really,
Yeah.
if you think about it. You know what I mean? So
My opinion.
Yeah. So how are you feeling right now about like the sudden it's not a sudden movement, but the sudden acknowledgement by America of the Black Lives Matter movement. They're starting to realize about police injustice. They're starting to see things people have been talking about for quite some time. How, you've been places, you've been around, you've seen things. How are you viewing this? How are you handling this?
Well, I think we're looking at, we're in the middle of a global moment, right? There was just a huge protest in London today. It hasn't died down. We have an opportunity now in this moment to keep our foot on the gas and get real reform in policing, get real reform in hopefully the way that we deal with, incarceration, and really try to speak to all of the inequities that we have seen for years. Like you said, we've been talking about it for a long time. This isn't new to us.
Right.
It's not like this just suddenly happened with these tapes that we've seen that have come out, camera footage. In many ways, thank God everybody has a cell phone, because now we're finally seeing all the things that Black people have been screaming about for a long time.
For years, yeah.
For years, for decades, long before when any of us who are alive right now got here. This is an unbroken line in many ways, from slavery to Reconstruction to Jim Crow laws. We all, we saw the 13th. I think it demonstrated it very well. Ava's movie demonstrated it very well. So this isn't new. But the moment, I think, it took everything to make this happen. It took the Ahmaud Arbery tape. It took Breonna Taylor. It took Amy Cooper. It took George Floyd, and it took the pandemic. I think it took all of these things freighting on us at the same time to where it was a powder keg that erupted. And if there is any good thing that's come out of a Trump presidency, it's this. It's the awakening of this other side of it. And hopefully, as human beings are wont to do, we don't get tired, and we don't, we need to be able to tag out. Like when you get tired, you need to be able to tag somebody with some fresh.
Yo, come in.
Get in. And then when they get tired, they need to be able to tag you back in. But we have to continue the momentum on this and really push for all of the ways that we can change. Or we are we threaten to go right back. And I think going back will be worse, because the default will be a further regression than it was from where we came. So
definitely,
we can't go back. We can't go back to some like, oh, what can we do? We have to just be like, we have to figure out what we can do and keep pushing.
Yeah, we gotta keep pushing forward.
Like Jesus said, man, you've been around, you've seen a lot of things. Is 2020 officially the worst year that you have ever seen in your entire life?
Yeah.
Fam, it's like every the news cycle is not even 24 hours anymore. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's pretty bad. And I think the other thing that freights on us is that we have this ability, like you said, to know about things immediately when they happen. And it becomes like this feedback loop where you get into, the anxiety of like, oh my God, it's just getting worse, worse, and worse. And we're just not built, for the most part, humans are not built to take that on. Our nervous systems can't just continue to be bombarded by that over and over and over again. And that's a part of the plan. That's sort of like, I think the Stephen Miller plan. I mean, the Steve Bannon plan. It's the Trump plan to like inundate you with so much that you at some point just give up and you can't deal with the weight of all of it. So we have to really be able to parse, and we have to really be able to take breaks and shut off social media and get out of there for a minute and really regroup and connect with like-minded people that are, want to engage in this fight, and keep asking ourselves, what can I do to move this forward? It's like, what have you done today to try to move this forward? And if the answer,
Right.
in 10 days in a row, nothing, it's like, you need to do something. So we, again, this is a moment that we hopefully won't shirk from, and that all of us who've been active and those newly active and the young people, thank God for them, who are, joining this fight and in many ways leading it. Uh, we just have to continue to support each other and keep our energy going, so that this isn't something that, again, we revert back to that they really want. I mean, when you make that a part of your whole platform, again,
Yeah.
again, when was again? When
Yeah.
was it again for any of us? Great.
Never. But yeah,
I mean,
that's
That's what I'm saying.
Just
Like,
2019, maybe December 2019.
yeah. Like for 1 month. For 1 month. No,
we'll give you a couple. We'll give you a couple days.
What was
couple
the
weeks.
BET Awards last year? Maybe
Yeah.
that moment.
those 2 hours, that was the whole thing, like right there. Don, but you just touched on this. It's important about making sure you have control of your mental faculties. Make sure you don't burn yourself out. What self-care are you doing? Because like you're just a regular person like the rest of us. How are you able to like maintain your sanity? Because I see you on Twitter like the rest of us. A lot of us right now, our relationship with Twitter is a begrudging one. We don't want to be on it, but that's kind of the main source of information nowadays. How do you not get burned out? How do you not let the trolls come at your neck? How do you just keep your sanity?
Well, I think it's just like basic human stuff. It's like, I try to eat right. I try not to go crazy on food. I try to make sure that I get outside and that I take a walk, and that, I'm very fortunate that I live with a woman who loves me and I love her, and we're like in a cool thing. So that helps, being able to talk to your kids helps, when they want to talk to you, which is rare. My kids are, grown now. So they're like, what? But, being able to like, connect with your tribe and talk to your people and keep each other, like I said, keep each other bucked up and get sleep, if you can. Like, I'm wearing this Whoop, shout out to Whoop, thank you Whoop, which is really helping me regulate all of those things. And do whatever you need to do to just take care of your personage first and foremost. And then, you got to take breaks from that social media. Reading is a good thing to do. Feed your brain. I think you have to take all of these little opportunities to do self-care, like you said, to really think about what I need to meditate. Breathing, all of that stuff is really overlooked, but just sitting quietly in the corner for 10 minutes, breathing diaphragmatically, actually helps your nervous system and your limbic system and all your other systems to like reset and get you prepared for everything that's coming at you. And wear a mask, dumb motherfucker. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
There you
God
go.
damn it,
There you go.
so easy.
You heard Don
so
Cheadle.
easy.
You already said wear it.
Come on, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, no. Like, speaking of sleep, man, like that, I feel like that's been one of the biggest things with everybody across the board. It's just like everybody's sleep cycle is so fucked up because you're so used to, your daily routine, and when that just disappears, you're like, like, shit, I went to bed at 5 a.m. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? I woke up at 3 in the afternoon. Like,
it does require a discipline. It does require a reset and to really like map it out. And my dad was a clinical psychologist and very, very smart, very wise dude. And he would always talk about literally writing stuff down. You have I think it's a 30% chance, a greater chance of doing what you say you're going to do if you write it down. If you actually physically make a plan and try to stick to it, you have a better chance than if you just go, I should probably. It's like, no, go bedtime 9:30. If you gotta watch something that comes on at 10, boom, look at him go.
Hey, ready.
Oh man,
it's really going. You have to be like in warrior mode. We have to be in warrior mode right now. It's really going down, and with these spikes that are happening across the country. I mean, how about that we can't go to Europe? How about Europe is like, nah, we're cool.
Yo, our passports,
good.
Our passports are useless. Like, where are we going with these? Oh.
So we really have to be respectful of what's actually happening in the world and wish it wasn't. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Did this dude just?
Oh, no.
Security!
Look,
Security!
I drank. It went down the wrong pipe.
Yo.
I had a little sip. It went.
Don, tell Showtime. Don, tell Showtime we've been infected.
Listen.
We've been infected.
I got tested. I got tested last week. I've been tested twice.
I don't give a shit.
Yo, Don ain't taking no risks. Don not trying to get no digital Rona. I respect that.
Yo, War Machine can't get COVID, dog. That's fucked up. Like,
I came this far. I ain't trying to get digital disease now.
Yo, can't be doing all that coke and Black Monday and then die from COVID. That's egregious.
You know what I'm saying? They got mad B12 in the system, dog, and get the COVID. Nah, no Rona.
Yo, speaking of Black Monday, you know, we Hollywood right now, because of Corona, everything is shut down production wise. Like, we haven't been in our studio since April.
Yeah.
What do you think it's gonna look like when if we even get this under control? Because we're eventually gonna have to go back to work. What do you think sets are gonna look like? Because I can't even imagine. Because I know, like, right now, the sound guy gotta come touch you, the makeup artist, or the craft service. Like, there's so much chance of contagion, and it's just, how do you keep the bubble clear? How do you even get the sound? How do you do an intimate scene? Like, what is the future of Hollywood gonna look like?
I mean, I think that's the $150,000 question, right? I don't think anybody knows. And I think people that are saying they do know, the hubris is like, you know, you just saw it. I mean, I was just reading the headlines today about 2 or 3 other productions that just got shut down, got shut down because of this very thing. It's almost impossible to hermetically seal ourselves off, right, unless we're literally all living in the same place. And that they have like armed guards outside the facility to make sure nobody leaves. And then you have to have guards watching the guards to make sure that they don't bring it in.
You see it?
You know what I'm saying?
You see it? Listen, you see the NBA bubble. You see what's going on now,
yeah,
man.
Like, you see what's going on.
Come on, man. Like, somebody's gonna like pay off a guard, like, dude, I gotta get that Popeyes, dog. Just here.
There you go. That's all it. Listen.
Yo, her name is Jazzy69. You know what I'm saying? That's the Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Shh. Here's 10 bands.
It's a Jazzy 6'7", not her. Make sure it's the 6'9". That's the
Oh, man.
People have to go back to work. Like you said, we need to go back to work. But the people that are at the most risk and are the ones that are probably most likely to be a risk to their families and loved ones by taking it back are the ones who are going to be most incentivized to go back to work.
Yep.
So it's really tricky, man. It's really tricky. And now everybody's unemployment's about to run out. That little $600 bump that everybody got, that's about to go away. It's like, I don't know, man. Like you said, 2020 is shaping up to be like the worst, if not
the worst.
The worst.
The worst. Oh, man. Jeez.
The season finale is just the asteroid comes and just hits the whole Earth and shit. Like, you gotta put your suit on and shit and stop it. Like,
Asteroid 2020 was a lot of people like, that's what I'm writing.
Is that the writing right there? That would be the most fitting. That would be the most fitting season finale for 2020. Because anything either that or aliens got to come. Because anything else, we're gonna be disappointed.
I think they were probably planning on coming, and they were like, "Nah, I'm good."
They looked at us.
Yeah, no.
They looked at us and was like, "Woo, child the ghetto." And I was like, "Oh man."
They're like, "Oh shit, they ain't even wearing masks down there." Oh hell no!
The aliens passed by Earth and locked their doors. Like, nope, nope. We are not going to that. We are not going to that janky planet. Yo.
GPS was like, "You're in the hood now." I was like,
oh man.
The Earth.
No, Dweezil, shut your door.
So the Earth is the hood of the universe.
Yeah, now it is. Now it is.
It is now.
Our only hope is aliens come and gentrify us. Because other than that, we are in trouble, baby. We are in trouble.
They got to start a BID in the whole planet.
Is it still fun? Like awards and things? Because now we've actually gone to an award ceremony and we got to see, it's kind of work. It's a work event, But is it still, you still get hyped for it or?
No.
Not even the after parties, not even? Huh?
Dude, I've never been. I mean, I've maybe been to a couple. And what's funny is that y'all know Chris Spencer, one of my friends, the comedian, great dude. he always texts me to see exactly where I am after they read my name if I don't win the category, because he's like,
Right.
because I usually like within an hour I'm like got my feet up on the couch and I'm watching the rest of the show from home, or I'm in bed. So I'm like, no, as soon as I don't hear my name, we're like out of there. You know, it's
Listen, we learned that
Okay.
we learned that at the TCAs because we had a camera on us, so we thought we were gonna win, and then we
Right.
didn't realize there's something called loser cam where they
That's
want to get your
Yeah.
yeah.
right.
So
and then you gotta have polite loser face. Which is also
Yeah.
yeah, like oh, good for them.
My polite loser face was like, yo, what the fuck?
Good for them.
I gotta practice.
Listen, we're trying, but
And that's
Don,
why-
yo,
like you're on the show you're the show. That's what I'm saying. That's the part of it that you don't realize until you get there. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I can't just like sit in the back and cut up like I would love to do. Like they're
Right.
like, let's watch.
they're watching you.
Yeah.
They are watching you. Oh man, Don.
Like, let's watch Don Cheadle's reaction to best musical. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, why do y'all need that?
Mhm. And they always catch you when you're like daydreaming or you're just doing something else, and then
Of
it
course.
gets completely misinterpreted.
It's always that.
Yep. Oh man. Don, listen, every time we talk to you, you drop knowledge darts and you help us further our career. You are like the god to us, man. You're the war machine.
Obi-Wan
You've
Kenobi.
always giving us advice. Thank you for being on the show. As always, so you know it's not your first run here. What would you like your neon sign to say?
Oh man, my neon sign. Keep grinding.
Boom. Wise words from a wise
Keep
man.
grinding, yo.
Keep grinding,
You know what I'm
y'all.
saying?
Yo, give it up for the Showtime homie. You know, Showtime gang. You know, throw it up. Showtime homie. Don Cheadle in the building. Be sure check out Black Monday out there. You know what I'm saying? On Showtime. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all.